I'm going to show you how to take the tiniest little spark and convert it into something that's billions of times more powerful, but something that is in a controlled environment and something that can be helpful and useful. Okay, so this is flint. I need flint with a sharp edge. This is char cloth. I made this. Heated it up to the point where it's almost turned to ash. This will take a spark really easily if you can get a spark to it. Then you can put the char cloth that has sparked into this cedar bundle. And then you can blow on it to create a fire, and then I'll just simply put it in my homemade stove that I made here. This is my homemade striker. Made it out of a file. Put some stuff around the edge so that I don't hurt my finger when I strike. Have this lanyard on here, and the idea is to strike the flint with the char cloth on it to take a spark, get this thing going with the bundle, and then just show it that we can create fire. Okay, so here's how we are going to do this. I need to take some char cloth. I'm going to tear my char cloth. Because when I do that, some of the fibers will be exposed. I'm going to double my char cloth. I'm going to put it right along the edge that I'm going to strike. We'll see if we can get a spark to this and make it work. We'll see. We just have to get a spark to hang up in that char cloth. There we go. So there it is. Now we can put this in our bundle, fold it over gently, and then blow on it. And there you have it. The cedar I got when I was out hiking in the woods. So let me show you how we take all of this bark and make it into something that we can actually put a spark in. You have to crunch it up really good. You can see all the dust coming out of it. That's really bark dust. And want to create a really good opportunity for a spark to have something to ignite. Then I make a little nest out of it and just set it aside. Another way to get a spark to char cloth is using one of these little guys. Watch this. That's a super easy way to get a spark to char cloth. Those sparks would even probably, maybe, take tinder and just the tinder itself and spark into the tinder. But look how easy this is going to be to get a spark to char cloth. And then you can put that inside of your tinder ball. Another way to create fire, take a cotton ball, open it up just a little bit, and take wood ash. Now I took some wood ash when I burned my wood pile one time. Just take a little wood ash and sprinkle it on top of your cotton. That'll make for friction. And then what we're going to do is we're going to roll this ash in the cotton, roll it all the way up. Now we need to roll that and make a nice tight roll. Okay, now we got to create friction. If we can roll that really hard, I went out into the woods, got a limb off a tree, cut it up, made it smooth on one side, and now I'm going to see if I can't roll this even tighter. Now, what I need to do is I need to create some real friction in there. And if we can create enough friction, this little cotton thing is going to create a little ember inside of it because of that friction. I feel heat. I smell smoke. So now let's just wait. We got it going. You can see it's smoking, burning through. I'll just turn it over. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my little bundle here. And of course, we're just gonna blow on it. And there we go. If you don't have flint, I went up into the mountains to a river, a stream, and I looked for rock that was really hard, and I broke some of it open with my hammer. If you can just create a sharp edge, let's see if we can get a spark without being flint, just river rock. Let's see what we can do. Wow. Wow. So I hope you can see that, but you don't have to have flint to create sparks. You just need a hard rock with a sharp edge. Actually, the sparks are not coming from the rock itself. It's coming from little tiny splinters of this steel coming off of my file. And that's where the sparks are coming from. Don't need flint. You can use river rock. So another way to get a bundle started on fire so that you can use it to get flames and create a campfire or whatever is to, of course, create your bundle. I love using the cedar bark and making it, just tearing it up really good and making it into a nest. Don't even have to make this into a nest, because what I'm gonna do is I have some charred wood. I went out into the woods, and if you look hard, you can sometimes find wood that's so, I don't know, rotten that it turns kind of white and very, very light and fluffy stuff. Like these little model airplanes, the wood is so light. And I took that and I charred it, and that's a process in and of itself. But this charred wood also takes a good spark. And if you can get a good spark, then you can lay your bundle on it and get your bundle started. So you can create a spark this way, and that's how I'm going to start this in this process here. So watch. So I guess you can see that. Put my bundle on it. And there we have fire. Let's see if we can get a flame going with something like this. We've got to focalize. We see it smoking, but it usually takes a while to get it going. There it is. Hope you can see that. So, some people are wanting to know how to make char cloth. And you can use an Altoid can, or you can use a, what is this, tuna fish can. Just punch a hole in it with an ice pick, just a small hole. It has to have some way to release gases, and yet so small that it can't let things catch on fire. Then you take some old denim, cut them up into patches. I've done that with this. And then put the lid on. Use something to be able to put it on your fire, and it needs to go into the flame. Not just coals, it needs to be a flame. So we'll set it right there, and we'll just leave it there. And pretty soon, the material inside will start to char. It'll start to burn a little bit, but it won't catch on fire. There's not enough oxygen. And so that little hole is going to produce a white smoke that will come out. As a matter of fact, you're starting to see it right now. But you'll see it more obviously when it gets going a little bit. You may be able to tell that that white flame is gone, and now there's an orange flame coming out of that little hole. We need that to kind of disappear and be done. That'll indicate that the contents inside are done. Still going strong. The char cloth will look like this when it's done. And it takes a spark really easily. And that's what you want. If you go to YouTube, David West has a channel. He teaches you how to make hobo stoves, char cloth, how to do all the things that I've just shown you to do. He has a great channel. I recommend you go see David West on YouTube and see how to make all this stuff. They'll give you much more detail than I have here. Today I'm just playing around and having a good time showing you what I'm doing, not necessarily how I'm doing it, as well as he does. And now it just needs about 5 or 10 or 15 minutes to cool off. Let's go check out what we have here. But we open it up, and there's our char cloth. Right there. Wonder if it'll take a spark. Yes, I'm kind of messy now. And let's just see if it takes a spark. So if we put that into a bundle and a bark, do you think it would get it going? Oh my goodness, there's no doubt in my mind. This thing goes really quickly if you let it. And so now we've successfully made char cloth, and you can do it too. Yay!